Hello, welcome to Tools, Tips, and Tales. I'm Kim Saff, licensed clinical social worker. I have my doctorate in transpersonal psychology. I've been doing this over 20 years, and this is me helping you transform your life. Bah! All right, so I've been talking about doing. We have to do differently to get different results, right? And I talked about how you might hold yourself accountable to keep showing up when your fear side wants to derail your process and say it's too much, can't do it, no, thank you. Right. So one way to hold yourself accountable as you're working into your authentic side and making change happen is to set a SMART goal. SMART goal. SMART's an acronym: specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-limited. Do it again. Specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, time-limited. So I'll give you an example. I want to get in better shape. Probably not going to happen, right? It'll be a wish. It'll be a want. I'll kind of keep thinking I really, really want it. It's really my fear side just kind of setting me up to say, oh, look, I wanted to get in better shape and I didn't do it and I failed. And I'm terrible. I suck. I shouldn't try anything ever again. Should. Bam. Fear and insecure side's driving. I stay stuck and I don't get in better shape. Authentic side, though, set the SMART goal. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 15 minutes, I'll be on the treadmill at 8 a.m. for the next week. Ooh, now that's a SMART goal. Specific, I'm on the treadmill. Action-oriented, I'm on the treadmill. Either running, walking, doing, right? But I'm doing, action-oriented. Realistic, only I know if that's a realistic stretch for me, right? It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but not too far, that 15 minutes. Okay? Time limited. I'm going to do it for the next week, right? So I do it for the next week. I reevaluate, see how I did, collect my data, reassess, set a new SMART goal, and keep going, right? So I'm holding myself accountable because it's really specific. It's action-oriented. It's realistic for me. It's a stretch. And it is time limited. I'm going to reevaluate in a little bit, see what I want to tweak and change. All right? So the more I set a SMART goal, the more likely I am to make the change happen, okay? When we have structure and guidelines and I know what I'm supposed to do, it makes it a lot easier to do it from my authentic side when my fear side wants me to not do it, all right? And I thought I just might throw a couple of ideas out there for you of what some action steps might be as you're trying to make some change happen. So maybe every morning and evening when I'm brushing my teeth, I will say my affirmations for the next 2 weeks. All right, I like that one. Every morning when I wake up for a half hour, I will do exercises from the Transform series. When I come home after work for 15 minutes, I will do my visualization exercises for the next month. Each time I hear a critical thought, I will thought stop and replace with I'm enough for the next 2 weeks. I will prep and cook healthy meals Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after dinner. I will push myself to share transparently each evening upon return from work with my partner for the next month. Once a day, I will assertively share my needs for the next 2 weeks. I will say yes 5 times today for the next week. I will say no 5 times a day for the next week. Depends what your growth edge is, right? I will apply a tool from the Transform series, 1 tool a week for the next 2 months. Oh, those were super fun. Feel free to use any of them. But you can see what I did. I took something real specific. I'm doing it. I can measure whether I'm doing it or not. Okay? It's realistic for me, but it's a push. And then there's a time limit on it so I can reevaluate and see where I want to go next. When you set SMART goals, you give guardrails for authentic to keep driving and make change happen.